Hello again. All right, we are up to number 5 of 10 things you need to know before you get a puppy. And I didn't prepare numbers for this. Maybe I should have, but number 5 is just understanding the basic vet care and costs associated. I apologize, my old lady is in the room with me and you're hearing her breathing. This is what I get to live with now. So normally I kick her out for these, but I didn't have the heart to do it this morning. Anyway, back to thing number 5, how much puppies cost. So, of course, I'm sure you've heard before and you've thought about it. Like if you can't financially support pets, then it's not a good idea to have them. Having an emergency fund in case something goes wrong is important. Potentially getting pet insurance. So I did get puppy insurance for Ziva. So of my 4 animals, one of them has insurance. I'm doing that for her just because I got to start fresh. Chloe's so old, nobody's going to insure her. I think the cat's pretty well safe. She doesn't get out of the house. And I just haven't for Riley. So yes, pet insurance is something that you might want to think about, especially for emergencies. So I think it's like 20 to 30 bucks a month to have your emergencies covered. And then if you want the wellness package that it covers some prescriptions and like your vet visits, which I have for Ziva, I'm at 55 bucks a month for that. So yes, be aware that puppies and dogs are expensive and you want to factor that into your finances. So not only like their food, you want to feed your dogs healthy food so that they see the vet less and they live longer and all the wonderful things. So food is pretty expensive. I spend about, I think, $300 every 6 weeks on dog food. And I feed some of the best stuff. So of course there's a range there. You can spend more than I do. You can spend less than I do. So think about vet care on top of the good food. You'll also need to be purchasing flea and tick prevention and heartworm prevention. So that's something that you can't really avoid. In some form, you're going to have to do that about monthly. So I just wanted to make sure that that's one of the things on your list of things to consider before getting a puppy. So we went over what breed should we get, what's going to fit with our lifestyle. Then we said, where should we get one? What are our options? And then where shouldn't we get one? What do we want to avoid? And then we talked about basic grooming. So thinking about that, which sort of goes along with breed, of how much is grooming going to run you a month or a year, however you want to factor that in. Where are you going to go? How are you going to take care of that? What do you need to buy? And now we're up to basic vet care. So what vet are you going to use? Do some research on that. How far away are they? Finding one that you know, like, and trust can be kind of tricky. I've moved a few times, so I've had, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 different vets in my life. And I found one that I love now. So the last time, so I moved where I grew up, I had a vet, and then I think I had to switch. One vet went out of business, so I had to switch to another one. So there was 2, and then I moved up to Lancaster, and I went to a vet there, and I was happy enough with that. And then I moved up to Columbus, and I had one vet, and then I didn't vibe well with them, so I got another one. So I'm with my final vet, and then I rescued Riley through Cause for Canines, and they were using a vet for him. So yeah, I chose not to continue with that vet. And now I'm with Dr. Fine at Whole Pet Wellness Center in Black Lake, just north of Broad Street in right off Reynoldsburg and Albany Road. So I love Dr. Fine. Highly recommend her. She's a holistic vet, so she knows a lot about nutrition and alternative medicines. Her staff does massage and chiropractic and all sorts of things. So Chloe's on some Chinese herbs, and it's just wonderful. So think about what you want in a vet, test some out, make sure that you're comfortable with them, especially if you live in the Columbus, Ohio area. There's a vet like almost literally on every street corner. So if you're not happy, then switch. It's totally fine to do that. You need to love the people that are taking care of your best friends. So yeah, figure out that. I also love making sure that I know what I'm going to do in case of an emergency. So what are the pet poison control hotline numbers? Have those somewhere tucked away you can access easily. Where is the nearest emergency vet? So you know where they're at, what's their phone number. So yeah, planning a little bit for emergencies. Make sure you've got an idea of what it's going to cost. And again, I wish I had pulled numbers up, but we just had Riley to the vet. He split one of his toenails, and that visit, to get that taken care of, and we bought a supplement at the same time. So it was about $75. And that's just something just popped up. So I think normally my yearly appointments, probably $200. And then I put my dogs on supplements and things. So, yeah, it's not something that you can't overcome, but it is something that you need to budget for. So take that into account when you are thinking about getting a puppy, especially at the beginning. You bring a puppy home at 8 weeks, they're getting seen by the vet every 2 weeks for their like puppy round of vaccines until they're like 4 months old. So lots of vet visits in the beginning, and use that opportunity to feel your vet out and make sure that you're comfortable with them. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to say today. So yes, number 5 things you need to think about or know before you get a puppy is, know your plan for vet care and factor in that cost. So yeah, if you've got like an Excel table going, put in cost for food, cost for health insurance, cost for yearly vet visits, cost for grooming tools. Yeah, puppies aren't cheap, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get one. It just means that you need to adjust your finances. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully I gave you something to think about in here. If you've got any questions about vets or just anything ever, feel free to message me. But yeah, I'd love to tell you how wonderful my vet is if you're thinking about switching or if you're not happy with yours. So thanks for joining me. Have a very happy Sunday, and I will see you all tomorrow for thing number 6.